Welcome, guys. It's Boris and Marcello back once again. Another new episode of our show. Now, I think we just did a complete new rebranding of our title. It's no longer called Real Life Investing. Very boring, very lame. Now it's called Breaking Banks. I mean, which is very similar to the show Breaking Bad. And this is exactly how the show was going to go. There's going to be a lot of action happening, a lot of the crazy, crazy things that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be breaking. We're actually going to be breaking some banks. We're going to be breaking J.P. Morgan, breaking Citibank. We're going to break all the banks. We're breaking the Italian banks, the American banks. We're going to break all the banks
Well, the
down.
Italian banks is gonna be easy. They're not like so big to be
No, but to be
broken.
serious, Marcello comes from a professional institutional investing background. I come from a crypto background, and crypto is all about breaking the banks. So we're going
And
to try to
it's
break
just
the
me
banks,
against him. Well,
and
actually, I will help me because I
yeah,
will, having like worked in that field, I want to just give like insights and tips about like how
yeah,
the old financial system, through banks and
hmm
financial institution work.
yeah.
And so this is our third episode, right?
Our third episode, yeah,
I guess so. So where were we at? We were talking about like a young guy like you, right?
yeah.
22.
I'm 22, just turned 22, fresh out of college.
Just our
You know,
college.
I only have
Just
like
got a
10,000
job.
to invest, and we talked about the different options there are for a young man like me, and I think we talked about some very good, some very good possible avenues of investments and trade opportunities in our last couple of episodes, and I think now we're going to actually show the audience how to actually
Yeah.
implement these potential strategies, which is all hypothetical, of course, and none
Yeah,
of
we
it
used last
financial
time
advice.
Morningstar so they can we could because we hypothesized like that this guy for sure would like to maybe invest in funds because it's like it's an asset class that is diversified because we show them like inside that like different other things can be other funds, other stocks, company that invest in in the theme or category we wanna invest at. And we thought that he's a Gen Z, very interested in probably IT stuff, so
Hmm.
we categorize it as a like what we put robotics and
AI,
uh,
yeah,
AI, right? And cryptos, of
maybe
course.
crypto, yeah, yeah.
And so we found out like the on Morningstar that it's like the most famous worldwide like funds and anything stocks and whatever like research you want like you can find there. And so we show them how to you want to research it, what because you have a lot of as well you have a lot of things that in tools and filters that you want to use. And then after that we say okay, now that we picked them up, how we do that, and we're gonna use actually today, uh, waiting for like our um, waiting for our let's say back office getting into like a new fresh demo account. I'm gonna use my own account that I had since a lot of time in
Hmm.
my former Italian bank. It's called Fineco, and we're gonna like use that to show them how to place the order, how you want to do it.
Yeah,
And then we're gonna use your own platform and you're gonna show them how to buy cryptos, right? So everybody's into cryptos now. Oh, you want to go
yeah.
first? You want to show them first?
No, you go first because I think you already had everything laid out on Fineco.
Okay, let me see if I can share my screen. There we go. There we go. Share. Is it sharing anything? Mhm. Okay. Tell me if you see it.
Yep. There you go.
Okay. It's gonna be partially, it's mostly in Italian, but I'll try to translate. This is like search funds research.
Okay.
And so we said that we wanna. This is like to search for categories, and then we have a bunch of other like categories. Okay, here, and we decide we wanted to have
Well, that's quite a lot
something
of
like,
categories for.
yeah, well, they're like thousand of funds,
Oh wow. So these are just
and
funds. You can't. Or,
this is just funds, and they're like all categories
oh,
of
okay.
funds.
So can you select?
So
You can only select funds, or can you select maybe like stocks or equities,
yeah,
or
definitely you
there's.
can research. I put on funds. You can go on here as well. This is gonna be like you know the normal
Hmm.
research, so you
You
can
even have a
get bond.
crypto category there.
Yeah, but I think it's ETF. I don't
Oh, okay.
remember if I remember correctly.
Oh, you got Bitcoin,
Or like,
Ethereum.
yeah, that it's not like super where you see
You
it's
don't.
CFDs.
They don't have your baby Litecoin.
I don't think so. No, I
What?
think they just have this too. Yeah, they just have this is like it's not like very
That's pretty
implemented
simple.
on. That's why we're gonna use yours.
That's
So let's
interesting.
go back on the funds that so we show them how we're gonna do this. And so we go on funds research. There we go. So like I said, there are like you see, this is like industries.
Hmm.
Settore means industries. So we said we want to use technology, right? And this is like high tech, tech IT, other community. I'll put them on. I'll put them on just
Okay.
in case. And then I'll
So this like a trading platform or more of an investing platform?
this is actually, yeah, it's for funds.
Hmm.
The trading platform was that one I was showing you
Ah,
earlier.
okay.
And you see like you can have like a more instant rating. So I put like 5 and 4 stars. So you already select based on more instant rates what's the best.
Hmm.
And we can have even like no loads, so it's gonna be free.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can even do the PAC. This is like, it tells you the DCA account so that we can actually make the $100 per month,
Hmm.
right? We call it PAC, pack. And then there we go. Search. Okay. We have Fidelity Global Technology, Franklin Technology, BlackRock Global Funds, Wolf Earth Science, and BNP, which is like a French bank, the biggest French bank.
Hmm.
And I see that, uh, you know, being America, I would love, definitely like looking at into Fidelity. So
Yeah.
let's see on a 5 years. This 5 years chart, you know, except for this these two things here, but still, it was when all the market was crashing. It looks really good, right? As a chart, and he already has like a 25% since the beginning of the year. We
Hmm.
said, and you see, there is no entrance fees, no exit fees. He just has a management fees of 225 per
Hmm.
year. So
Okay.
this 25 probably is gonna be this year 23, but still, it's good. And then it says like what's the benchmark. It is the MSCI ACWI information technology. On R, I don't remember what is it. I think it's like no Russell or something.
Okay.
And then USD 100%. So it's in dollars. And it says that the minimum that we can put in is like 100 euros, which let's
Hmm.
say, let's assume that we're going to put 100 bucks with a minimum of 2 grand. So our first of the 10 grand that
Yeah.
this little guy wanted to invest, we're going to put 2 grand as initial, as a deposit, and then it's going to start at 100 bucks. Okay. How we do it? We're going to order very simply.
Mhm.
Buy now. Of course the market is closed, so we can do anything. It automatically is gonna like say, how much you want to
Yeah.
buy. We need to click on the KID, which is in Europe it's mandatory. I think it's in the US, of course,
Yeah.
it's same, about like the knowledge of the investment, blah blah blah. And as we already said before, this is not a recommendation. It's just me showing, my platform, how I will have buy funds, okay, by myself, and we are talking about an eventual young guy who wants to, firstly approach to the investment world, fresh off college. He has a little bit of money, and he probably is very interested in like IT. And being young has it makes him have like a very long, super long term of, you
Hmm.
know um, investment, long term range. So what we thought was like, let's make like a little bit of money and then make a DCA. So we is gonna accumulate
Yeah.
little every month, the fund, and then we're gonna see, yeah, in 5 years how it's gonna go.
So
Okay.
for this one, are we like splitting up the, I guess, the allocation, like, 20% for this fund and like another 20% for the other one? Like, how are we like giving a
Yeah.
different weight to these different sectors, or are we like doing it equally? Well, what do you think?
Well, I will do just, I just want to show them this. Yeah.
Hmm.
2 grand is going to be on this, and then 100 bucks a month, because we said he saved a little bit because he just started his own job. So he probably has like, yeah, 100 bucks or 500 bucks to invest every month. Right.
Hmm.
So, and we said he had like 10 grand. So 2 grand of this 10 grand plus 100 bucks a month is going to go in
Oh, okay,
this.
gotcha.
Okay. So he still has 8,000 to invest.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is going to be one. Then let's go on something else. That's why I put even um, I selected the some other ones. Okay. Let's see Franklin Technology. Franklin Technology, he actually is not super good, because if you see the benchmark, which is the same, that no, this is
Hmm.
different, and it's the MCI World information,
Yeah.
but is not like overperforming. So
So maybe we
I
should
don't
cut
know.
that out, or like
Yeah,
reconsider this one.
like you
Yeah.
you just even because this is considered the, let me see if it's like, it doesn't say if it's like a passive or active.
Hmm.
Let's put it like on a pause now. Okay, let's pause this. Let's see BlackRock.
World Health
This
Science.
is the health science though, which is different from what we talk, but
Hmm.
still, I think he has like a good track record. and it's a diversified because it's not just technology, it's health science, which is part of science and part of technology as
Hmm.
well.
Interesting.
And
So now, just
the,
looking at this chart that you have over there, it looks like it's kind of like like everything else, like equities and AI and all the other, I guess, possible investment opportunities that we talked about have been, I mean, going up. But this one, I'm assuming, is because of after COVID, after all the vaccines,
no,
you
I'll
know
tell you this. You see the
what
composition of this?
yeah, yeah. So those are all like basically vaccine,
Those are
like
like,
pharmaceutical
yeah,
companies.
so the
They
if
made, yeah, they made most of their money during when like COVID was still very much a big problem across the world, but now it seems like
it's
they're, I don't
it's
know.
not even that.
Yeah.
It's mostly that the pharmaceutical the pharmaceutical companies, um, they have to deal with the trials and the USDA, right? So these
Uh-huh.
trials last for years. Let's say that
Okay.
they're working on some like vaccine or some like treatment for cancer. They announce they have found something, and then the the share goes up, and then they say, okay, but it's US, and then the USDA say, okay, you need 3 trials, so you need to monitor this, how these experiments are going on. And then
Hmm.
it's gonna go, the first one say, okay, the USD approved the first one, and it goes up again. And then you say, okay, now there's the second one, and the second one fails because the USD say, I don't like those numbers on the patients, just redo the second one. And then it goes down, and it goes down a lot. It's very volatile, especially because, like I said, there is no daily information. It's not that they produce every day something, unless it's like, yeah, big pharmaceutical company, like it could be, what can I say, like, no, it doesn't come to me, like big pharmaceutical, except for 2 or 3, Pfizer, for example. Or they have like, they just don't have just treatment, they have a bunch of other, medicine, that they drugs they sell. But like the
Yeah.
little one, like this one, they do research, this health
Hmm.
science. Okay, so they kind of try to, research a new treatment, and most of the time they're like small, they're not so big, and they have, and so they're like very, not so much liquid. That's why, like, they, you know this is like really like the trend of a normal, pharmaceutical company,
Hmm.
because they need to wait years, and then they pop up or pop down based on the USDA,
Hmm.
or whatever, the research, the treatment, the cure, like results going on.
Interesting.
So, but like I said, this is could be into the IT slash robotics slash like new other
Hmm.
things. This could be like a good alternatives.
Okay.
Okay, but this is very long term. This is very long term, and that
So I
we
guess,
can consider. Like I said,
I
it
mean,
could be something.
yeah. I mean, we'd have to hope for like another, some kind of virus, like pandemic, for these companies. I know,
I hope not.
it sucks. It
I hope
sucks to
not.
say that, but that's how these companies profit, really.
Okay, let's see.
Anyway,
Like,
let's
if
not get it. Let's move on.
let's move on. Let's include something. Let's see something else. Let's see
Yeah.
something else. Let's see that you might pay something in the beginning. Okay, and then what? It's, yeah, it's an active management.
What What does that mean? Active management.
It means that they won't just, it won't include ETF or like passive, because funds can be, ETF means exchange traded fund,
Right.
which means that it's a fund that replicates something, right? Replicate
Hmm.
usually like has to replicate like an index, right? And
Mm-hmm.
indexes, like you need. I tried to explain last time, like it's just like a copy and paste,
Yeah.
right? So it's basically like they trying to do like there is no management. It's not that somebody decide within like a list of, yeah, even within an index. Let's say that you have the SP 500, okay, the S&P 500, and then you want to try to beat the S&P 500. What does it mean beating it? It means like that you want to like have a return higher of the S&P 500 index. How
Mm-hmm.
you do it? Using the SP 500 shares. You try to oversize or downsize some of the shares that are inside because you think that Tesla is going to grow more than Microsoft. So you're going to buy more Tesla and less Microsoft, right? So that when if Tesla goes up, you're going to, um, over performance the SP 500 that doesn't have the same quantity that you have. You understand that?
Yeah.
So, and that's an active management. You don't just copy an index. You actively decide what overweight or underweight in a list of shares.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think the
But is
same
that
list.
is that is that like what you did during your professional experience
Yeah,
there?
partially. Yeah,
Literally? Yeah.
even that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we actually had like the management decide to short the luxury industry, even though it was like going up and up and up.
Interesting.
So basically, what they did is like they made a deal with the bank, the depository bank that we were working with, and so they kind of create for us. And I don't remember if it was like an ETF or future. I think it was an ETF, something, a basket. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it was an ETF. And then that was going short. So it's a reverse ETF, right?
Yeah.
Every
Inverse. Yeah.
time
Yeah.
every time that the main luxury companies were going down, the ETF was going up, so
Mm-hmm.
we could be able to buy the ETF. Okay, and that's it. That's we like you can do these things, and then so there was already an active management, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like that they decide to do that and they made it create something like that. But in general, a management should just make money, right? You just that's the goal. I give you
Yeah.
you are a fund asset management. I give you my fund. You need to make it grow. Of course, you want to be the best, okay? Especially when you're like investing in like kind of aggressive and shares more than bonds funds,
Mm-hmm.
because shares can grow up a lot, but still like because when you pay somebody because you give them like fees, rather than the money you give them the fees because they actually they decide, they proactively like um, like I say, like downsides or increase the weight on of the funds or what they invested in, so that they actively like do something. And but sometimes like you could just like I said, like I mentioned, just buy the SP 500 ETF. Just you doing yourself. It's like buying a share. You just buy that and just let it go. Lots of people do that because they know that the SP 500 will go up always, and who can blame them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you wanna You want to invest in something else, diversify it, not just being locked up into the US market, right?
Right.
And anyway, sorry to like have going further with
No problem.
other like things. So I see that the research come out with the same one. I will definitely like then consider this the Frankly technology, even if it
Okay.
wasn't like full, because what I said is that it, you could have buy this index if there is an ETF actually that actually it might be okay, but you can just buy this one and see that during the years still have done like very good. Of course, like during COVID, everything went down, but if you see like he has a good track record and it's still going up, and this can be like, and actually he has a lower initial deposit, and there could be another one. So the 10 grand we talked about, this can be, we said 2 grand on the first one, 2 grand on the second one, and 1 grand on this. So
Hmm.
we will actually put 50% in this funds that we're going to invest, we said, into technology and health science. What it seems to be the new, you know, the future for us. Okay, so I'm gonna stop.
Can you see this, Marcello?
Yep.
All right. So basically, what I have here is it's the spot trading platform on CoinW now. I'm just using CoinW because I do work for the exchange. However, I mean, this is going to be like very similar to any exchange that you have in your local country. So whether it's Coinbase or Gemini or Binance, whatever, they're all very similar. So this is very similar to the kind of like layout you would find on even like Coinbase or Binance. So really, very straightforward. So yeah, so we did talk about that. We want some allocation to crypto, and I think in the last episode I did mention that I would choose like maybe like the safest option in crypto, which I believe to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. So yeah, I was thinking why not start off with purchasing some Bitcoin. What do you think, Marshall?
No, yeah, like definitely like CoinW is like a good platform. Definitely. Very good.
Well,
So how we, what we're gonna like, what we're gonna invest in?
Bitcoin is like the safest asset within crypto. So I think we should start off with Bitcoin, and then maybe in later episodes, or if you want to grow the portfolio some more or diversify, we can we can invest in Ethereum. We can even invest in like Litecoin or Dogecoin. But for now, I think Bitcoin is the most stable asset within the crypto industry. So I want to allocate some money within this portfolio to Bitcoin.
Like, can
So
you do like a sort of DCA as well? Like, can you
well,
set up a recurrent monthly?
you can't. Yeah, on most exchanges you can do it. I know on Coinbase, on like Kraken and like the U.S. based exchanges, they have that option. Yeah, and even CoinW has this option. I'm not sure where it is to be honest, because like you guys know, I mainly trade the futures on CoinW. I don't do much like spot investing or spot trading, but I can just show you guys how to actually like input an order and just like basically just buy some Bitcoin. So really what you would want to do is
How would you
yeah
have like pick up the moment, like as a trader? Like,
so right now I'm looking at this chart. You can see the chart. We can see that like the price is a bit overextended here in my opinion. I mean, we've been going up for pretty much like 2 or 3 weeks straight now. I don't think this is the best price to be buying, to be honest. So really what I would do is maybe set limit orders for a lower price, maybe like 35,000. Just looking at this chart here, this could be a good area of like support if price were to dip. and I don't think it's likely that price is just going to continue to go up like this for an extended period of time. So what I would do, every exchange has this function. So we have the market order, which I just switched to, or we have limit order. So what I'm going to do in this hypothetical situation, I'm going to set the limit price like 35, call it like 35,100, and what do we say? We have like 10,000 to invest, right?
No, 5,000 because
5,000.
10,000, 5,000 already used for the funds.
Okay, so maybe we don't want to go 5,000 all in on Bitcoin. So maybe we'll go with 2,000 on uh on Bitcoin, and we'll figure out what to do with the rest of the money in the next episode. So basically, what I'll do is we can't purchase a whole Bitcoin, be $35,100, which we don't have. So maybe it's going to be like 0.06 maybe. 0.057 Bitcoin. That's going to be 1,000 USD or USDT or whatever. It's the same thing. And then basically we're gonna click the buy button, and well, my balance here is insufficient unfortunately, but we're assuming we're gonna have you're gonna set up your accounts and everything, and in this hypothetical, of course, situation, and this is how you would set up your order. Very similar to how you would do it on an equity on equity exchange or an equity brokerage, except
Yeah.
for the amounts we're dealing in terms of Bitcoin. So you do have to do a little bit of like a mathematical calculation to figure out how much actual US dollar we're going to purchase. And basically, yeah, that's it. We press buy, we purchase our Bitcoin, and then it's going to be more complicated. But what you want to do is like take the exchange, I mean, take the Bitcoin off the exchange, put it into like your own personal wallet, because we're holding this for the long term. You probably don't want to hold your funds on a centralized exchange. You want to own your funds or own your Bitcoin. So the best way to do that is through like having a hardware wallet or even a software wallet, where it's just stored off any like central
Maybe
locations.
I would say like, yeah, we can get into this deep nan like next time.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
so
sure.
we will restart like showing them like how to use like a crypto exchange, and then so we can even focus because we talked a lot about like the funds, I talked a lot, and
Yeah,
next time I think it's very important that, especially because of the world now like wants to know what crypto is. So
of course. Yeah.
this hypothetical young guy might want to know more about like this world.
Yeah, and actually, it's
So
interesting you bring that up because since the war started, crypto has been going pretty much up. While I know, like the past week, the equity markets, the Nasdaq, the S&P has been going up, but before last week, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, they were in a downtrend. But Bitcoin and other
yeah,
cryptos have shown no weakness. So it is very interesting. Perhaps it is a hedge against macro risks like a global war or
right. Yeah,
wherever
let's
this
let's
conflict
let's
might
talk
escalate
about
to.
like more next
Yeah,
time.
and in next week for I guess episode four now. Yeah, of Breaking Banks. That's gonna be the new title of the show. Uh, so yeah, we're really excited to have you guys watch this. Be sure to leave your comments. We welcome any feedback, whether it's good or bad. I hope it's good. So make sure to only leave good comments. Give a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, guys, we'll see you next week.
There we
At the
go.
same time. All right, guys,
Bye
take
everybody.
care.
Good night. Good night for us.
See ya.